Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Entre Abuelitas. I am your host and your abuelita favorita, Liliana Montenegro. This episode this week, well, it comes to you a little late, only because I'm a little tired, but I am fully present. This week, I want to talk to you all about something that I have not quite spoken about yet, and that is health. Health of both mind and body, the connection, because that is exactly where I'm going with this. And I'm going to talk to you about me, my personal struggle, my personal experience. Share it with all of you out there who might identify a bit here and there, might want to try something different, or might just know that, well, you're not alone. I'm putting it out so that you know that I'm here. And finding out about my own trajectory, my own journey, my own path to health, I have been, let's say, for almost, I'm sorry, more than 30 years now, having problems with my abdomen, my tummy, my intestines, always getting feedback, there's nothing wrong, or medicine, or change your diet, avoid that, don't do that, take this, more medications, another colonoscopy, see you in 10 years. 2 years go by, you're back, the pain is stronger, and as the years go by, yes, the pain got worse and worse until these past 2 weeks, where I've had the worst flare up. I felt the worst. The pain, the abdominal pain was excruciating. It would not allow me to eat absolutely nothing. And for those of you who very intentionally know the Brad diet, the banana rice, applesauce, and toast diet, but it's not something that you can remain eating for the rest of your days. You need a lot more vitamins than that. So through the years, they kept on passing and passing, and this past flare up of 2 weeks now. On top of that, I got a bad cold, and I am so sorry that I'm late with this podcast, and that the only guest that you will see today is me. And I will also tell you why. So after being sick for so long, I did end up going to my primary and then to the specialist, who recommended certain medications. Well, those medications unfortunately made me sicker, and I decided to stop them. And I'm also going to tell you why. 3 years ago, I'm sorry, 2 years ago, it was May 10th of 2024, I was scheduled to have an appointment with a rheumatology specialist surgeon who was just going to cut me open and kind of snip out a couple pieces of my arteries on my head. Oh, when the doctor walked in, as I had been waiting, in walks this little lady. And I won't call out what the issue was, but in that precise moment, I decided not to have the surgery. I did not have it because that gut feeling that when God talks to you, besides the coffee stain on her coat, simple little notes about why you shouldn't go forward. The doctor's comment was, well, you better make an appointment because I'm very busy. And I could tell by a full lobby full of prospects to have this procedure done. I decided to change entirely the course of my life and change entirely how I viewed food. Because if there's one thing that I've always remembered, is this little saying, you are what you eat. Do we want to pay attention to that? Absolutely not. Oh, no, that feels good. Oh, no, that doesn't bother me. Oh, I'll have more of that grease. Yes, I will take more of all those things that are bad for me because I can handle them. Maybe if you think you're 20 and you're 30 and you're young and you have that spirit of believing like we all have, but it just quite doesn't work that way. There's a connection. Maybe we can. Maybe we can't eat everything. Maybe we can. But the connection of what happens when you eat is the connection of what's on your mind. I came to learn that changing my diet was the first step in changing some of the things that I believed in. It meant facing a lot of the things that I had never talked about. And the first conversation had to start with me. I had to be completely honest with myself. And the more I kept doing this podcast, which started November 24th of 2025, this is show number 26. Thank you all. All who have been listening, paying a little attention to my journey. This podcast is no longer a project in which I want to just showcase and spotlight beautiful, amazing, talented women, all of them who have been on my show. It's not just that wonderful part. It is also about healing. It is my personal journey, my lifeline to healing. Because in the process, I've learned of so many. Well, you have no choice but to learn about yourself. In changing the way I ate, in changing the way I believe. Does that mean that I am changing my mind on the many things that I have been carrying for so very long? Let me tell you what I learned about that. This doctor that I just saw, because I have been ill for 2 weeks, I have been in the worst flare-up of abdominal pain. Um, the worst situation was that um, after I stopped that surgery with the doctor 3 years ago, I also stopped taking all medication for what they had said was giant cell arteritis, which is the swelling of the arteries here on your head, on your little head. I was going to change that too. So I stopped everything. As of my last checkup, and I have to add this, as of my last checkup, because though the doctors had no choice but to agree with my decision not to continue the treatment that they were providing, the death experience that I had felt for 3 years of treatment, the unnecessary medications I had taken, which had made me sicker and sicker by the day. I was going to take a chance and clean it all up and see where I went from there. And thank the Lord. Every checkup, they just say, keep on doing what you're doing. And excuse me, since I've been a little sick. I can't get too excited because then I get a little itchy throat. I'm still getting better. So I'm hoping to get through this episode for all of you. Like I said, this podcast has given me a voice, has given me clarity, has given me a place where to put all my pain and the healing of wounds that I didn't even know were still open. Everything has come together in body and mind. Because what this doctor said to me, well, here are these medications. This is the doctor I just saw this week. Take them. If something doesn't work, double it. If something doesn't work, triple it. And then I'll see you in 6 weeks. If by then nothing has worked, I will give you an antidepressant. At that moment, I looked at him and I said, oh, wow. I always knew that my abdominal pain was fully related to my motherhood. Is that sad? not only as a mother, but as a daughter with the caregiving issues, with mom being at the boarding care. The amount of stress of reliving the past has made my body sick because my mind couldn't handle it anymore. It is sad when you've lived a life of trying to have that voice that is clear enough for all to understand what it is exactly that made you who you are and what you went through. And in the process, all these words, all these actions come out and they are never understood by anyone except yourself. But isn't that the most important person? Isn't that the only person that should feel good about everything that went so wrong? We have all made so many mistakes. Those of us who truly believe in the power and the goodness of our Lord truly believe that He is the one who saved me time and time again. That there is fully a purpose in me sitting in this format to talk to all of you about what I went through. Because if you did it, if you went through, you were not alone. You are not alone. And I'm not alone, which is the best part for me. I have all of you, and I hope I have your patience and understanding, and I hope you let me know that we are in this together. That the healing process for those of us who have gone through a lifetime, at this point, 70 years old, and a large amount of cultural, emotional baggage that somehow we've tried to explain year after year, never to really be able to say it clearly, has put us in a situation where we are now alone, but grateful. Because though many people, many beautiful people have come and gone from my life, in it, 5 amazing men I called husbands, and 16 years of solitude, and a few years lonely and alone without the conversations with a child, with my child, due to, again, things that have never been cleared through time. Do they change? Well, you certainly hope so before you leave this earth. Will somebody ever fully understand where I came from, what I did, and why? No. How could I take you back to those moments and the choices that I made? But you can see that those choices are what got me sick. First with the disease that I chose to reverse. And thank the Lord, as of May 10th, 2026, I no longer have giant cell arteritis. I no longer suffer from that incredible amount of inflammation that our bodies carry from everything that we put on them, not only in foods, that what we carry in our minds. The nights that we go home and we go to bed and we keep thinking about all the wrongdoings. Isn't it enough that it was a wrongdoing? Isn't that enough? Can we forget it? Can we leave it behind? Can we try on to move forward? Yes, we definitely can, and we definitely should. You know, it is important to continue living a clean life, especially when we get older. Don't you agree? I The doctor that saw me said also, besides the antidepressant, which I totally agree with, because there comes, of course, I'm thinking to you, listen, if it has to happen, it has to be like the minimalist and minimal of minimal amounts, just for that little kick to remind me that I am better than this. I am better than remembering the past. I am better than forgetting about myself. I am better at forgiving everything I left behind, forgiving what I did. I have no choice. It's done. It's a done deal. Leave it. And if we are able to start kind of, what is it, shredding some pieces of it so that we can move on, imagine how much more lighter we will feel. Entertain yourselves with new things. Join me in this podcast. Write to me and tell me your story at entreabuelitas@gmail.com. I'm celebrating 2 years in which I decided to take care, finally, of me. What a joy. How about it? Something different. I see many younger people because I'm 70, so anyone below me is younger. How everybody chooses their own time, their own lives, and their own families. And we have to accept that all those decisions come from fully aware grown-ups who have made a choice. We all make them. At this point, mine is, I love this podcast. I love joining you week after week, acompañándolos semana tras semana, que ustedes me escuchen, me llamen, por favor, me escriban a entreabuelitas@gmail.com. Cuéntenme sus historias. Heal with me. Change your life. Change your style, even if the rest of your family wants to keep eating potato chips. It's about you. We all have to make that choice. It is about us. This is my way of connecting with you. And this is the way that I will keep on connecting to me. I am feeling so much better. It took a minute. You have to know, I also decided not to take the medications this doctor gave me because they made me sick. And you know why they made me sick? They made me sick because I have not taken anything. I've been clean as a whistle for 2+ years. I have been taking care of my stomach, what I put in it. I have been taking care, trying to heal my mind, to let go of the memories that hurt me and fill it in with new, wonderful, brand new memories. You know what I did is I joined a couple of billiard leagues, 8-ball, 9-ball. I'm becoming pretty good at it, and I'm enjoying it. I am doing something that a friend of mine said, and this friend, I will tell you about her. She said, when you come to play pool, leave it all on that table. You know what? It works. As a matter of fact, this good friend is a brand new friend, and we have been talking about doing a reverse show where she will interview me to talk about that baggage that I was mentioning to you. She won't let me know what it is about until we actually record. I hope it goes well, and I hope you enjoy that too. I will also bring back that beautiful guest that I had who talked to us about the healing process, about grieving. And this next conversation will be about mothers and daughters. And that is our beautiful Eva Tamargo. That will be during the month of July. Another thing that I thought I would bring to all of you, in case I have never mentioned it, and then again, this is a good program because you get to know me a little more. I am also a stand-up comic. I have not done it in over a year after 16 years of doing it at some of the best venues, enjoying every moment of it and letting the public know my life story, because that's what We comedians do. We laugh at our own mishaps and our own silly choices to remind us that there is laughter beyond it all. So, because of that, I have this amazing, amazing guest who, again, we are going to do the reverse show. She will interview me, but this time it will be in the comedy format. Do you like that? I think it will be amazing. And you have to totally stay tuned through Entre Abuelitas. Listen, I left the name Entre Abuelitas, between grandmothers, because it identifies with who I am. I am a Latina podcaster. I'm a 70-year-old Hispanic woman, proud of her roots. So, Entre Abuelitas, between grandmas. Join me time and time again. My guest in the comedy show will be none other than Ro Della Grazie. Oh my God, she's hilarious. You won't stop laughing the entire show. I promise you. And remember, this is what the show is about. I will also, before I forget, continue bringing you a guest or two every month. Important people in life, spotlighting, showcasing them, and letting everyone know what we are all living out there. Whatever experience everyone has, maybe it'll bring a little light into what you are going through. I think I have shared a lot with you today. There's a little new format I'm beginning on the next quarter shows before we get the half a hundred, los 50. But I'm working on them. I try my very best to bring you things of interest. What more interest than clearing up the burdens of our life? And maybe if I'm helping one or two of you, then we're doing our job, right? Entre abuelitas is. I thank you for your love. I hope I did not lose you, and I hope you are still here with me. Muchas gracias for listening, for walking this journey with me, for validating what I have to say, because I know it's in the mind of many of us women of the same culture or different groups. We all identify, especially as beautiful women of a certain age. Los quiero con todo mi corazón y les agradezco inmensamente el placer de su compañía, el honor de que me escuchen, de que presten atención a las ideas de esta mujer de 70 años que sigue adelante y que nunca, hasta el final de sus días, se dará por vencida. I will never give up. I will continue my healing process. Please join me next week where I will surprise you one more time. I am Liliana Montenegro. Gracias por todo. Los quiero mucho. I love each and every one of you. Besitos. Hasta la próxima. Good night.